She was replying fast. Then she wasn't. And you don't know why. You go back and read the conversation. Try and find the moment it changed. And you can't see it, but she could feel it from the very first message. Today I'm going to show you exactly what kills attraction in a conversation before it even starts, and what the men who always get the date actually do differently. Let's get into it. Number 1, you open with nothing. Hey, hi, how's your day? Do you know how many times she's read that today? 14, maybe more. And every single one of those messages says the same thing. I put zero thought into this. The man who gets a response, he makes her feel something in the first line. Not a compliment about her looks. Not a question she's answered 100 times. Something specific. Something that shows you actually looked. You look like someone who orders coffee and pretends to hate it. That photo in Prague. Did you actually get lost, or is that stage mystery? It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be different, because different gets a response. Generic gets ignored. Number 2, you were too available. She replied in 2 minutes. You replied in 1. She replied in 5. You replied in 2. And slowly, without realizing it, you taught her something, that you're always there, always waiting, always ready. And what feels like attentiveness to you feels like pressure to her. The man who keeps her interested, he has a life. Not a fake life, not games. A real one, where sometimes he's busy, where sometimes he replies in an hour, not because he's playing hard to get, but because he's not sitting there waiting for her to validate his day. And she feels that difference immediately. Number 3, you ask too many questions. What do you do for fun? Where are you from originally? What kind of food do you like? One after another, like an interview, like she needs to earn your approval by answering correctly. And what happens? She gets tired, because carrying a conversation is exhausting. The man who makes her lean in, he doesn't interrogate. He shares. He says something real about himself. He makes a statement instead of question, and then leaves space. I just got back from a terrible hike I somehow loved. Now she's curious. Now she wants to know more. You didn't ask anything, but she's already thinking about you. Number 4, you said what she wanted to hear. She mentioned she loves hiking. You suddenly love hiking. She said she's into art. You've always been into art, and you think you're connecting. But what she actually feels is that there's no one really there, just a mirror, reflecting her back at herself. And you cannot be attracted to your own reflection. The men who get the date, they disagree sometimes. Not to be difficult, but because they have their own perspective. And they're not willing to abandon it just to be liked. I actually don't get modern art. Walk me through why you love it. Now there's tension. Real tension. The kind that creates curiosity. The kind that makes her think about you after she puts her phone down. Number 5, you waited too long to ask. Days of conversation. Good energy. Real connection. And then nothing. Because you were waiting for the perfect moment. Waiting until you were sure she'd say yes. Waiting until it felt safe. And she moved on. Not because she didn't like you, but because a man who never moves forward feels like a man who doesn't know what he wants. And a man who doesn't know what he wants is not a man she wants to follow. The ask doesn't have to be perfect. I think this conversation will be better in person. Are you free Thursday? Clean, direct, no desperation. And here's what most men don't understand. She's not judging whether you're perfect. She's watching to see if you're decisive, because decisive is attractive. Hesitation is not. Here's the truth. She didn't stop replying because you weren't good enough. She stopped replying because somewhere in that conversation, you stopped feeling like a man with his own gravity, his own direction, his own life pulling him forward. The men who win in dating apps, they're not the best looking. They're not the smoothest. They're the ones who feel different, real, grounded, like they don't need this to work out to be okay. And that energy, you can feel it through a screen, every single time. If this hit you, drop in the comments which mistake you've been making. I read every single one. And if you want the next video, it's going to show you exactly what to say to move from text to a real date. No theory, just what actually works. Subscribe, because we're just getting started. Fire.